For the first time since he'd arrived, the hat hung limply in his hand. "Thank you. Ever since my Sarah died, I've had a time of it." My Sarah. Those words told Katie everything she needed to know. Jonathan might never think of anyone other than Sarah, ever. Her mother winced. "Sarah's accident was a tragedy, we all know that. But you and your sister Winnie are raising the girls just fine. I know Mary has missed her mother something awful, and it wasn't easy when young Hannah was still little more than a babe." Jonathan's face became expressionless. Neither Mary nor Hannah understood death at first. Hannah woke up crying for her mother more often than not, and Mary— His voice lowered. "Well, Mary refused to ride in a buggy for months after the accident, but they're better now." "Yes, indeed. I know they are better." Her mother paused, as if measuring her words. "But, you see, I don't think it would be right for our Katie to take on such a job." Her father slapped his hands on his thighs. "Not at all. This job you speak of is not the one for Katie. If you're worried I would take advantage of her, I promise I will do no such thing. I'll move to the Doddy house and be always respectful." "We are sure you will. And I will pay her, too. Please don't think I wanted Katie to work for nothing." This conversation was getting worse and worse. It was so uncomfortable that Katie no longer minded that they were speaking about her as if she wasn't there. She didn't want to be there. "Money is not the problem, Jonathan," her mother said sternly. The decision had clearly been made. Katie didn't know whether to be thankful or disappointed. Here was her opportunity to show Jonathan just what kind of mother and wife she could be. Here was her chance. But it was also a risk that Jonathan would only see her as a caregiver for his girls. And though she'd always wanted to be a wonderful good mother and housewife, she wanted to be valued as Katie, as someone special. Perhaps that would never happen in Jonathan's home. Jonathan looked surprised. "Oh, I see. I was just thinking that you might have an extra hand now that Anna Metzger is living here." Katie smiled at the mention of her best friend's name. Anna had been living at their inn for 7 months now, and quite an adjustment it had been. Her dear friend was determined to learn the ways of the Amish, join the church, and eventually exchange vows with Henry, Katie's brother. Katie's father spoke. "Anna is a great help, to be sure, but that isn't the problem." "What is?" With a tender look her way, her mother spoke. "It would be improper for Katie to live with you that way." "In what way? She'd only be caring for the girls." With a hint of censure in her tone, her mother said, "She is a young woman of marriageable age, Jonathan. Certainly you agree." For the first time since he'd arrived, Jonathan looked at her hard, from top to bottom. Katie did her best to sit still, chin up, as if she didn't mind being stared at like a horse at market. Jonathan's hat fell. Whether the brim gave out or he was startled, Katie didn't know. But he did look mighty flustered. His brow was damp as he reached down to pick the hat up. The tension in the room increased. Helplessly, Katie turned to her mother. "Say something," she ordered silently. "Say something to make things better." But her mother remained silent. Her father shot her a troubled glance, but merely waited for Jonathan to respond. He finally did, very slowly. Though Katie is mighty nice." He shifted, pulled at his shirt. "I'm not in the market for a new wife, you see." Her ma'am raised a brow. "Ever? All girls need a mother." Gently she added, "Perhaps one day you might even find yourself eager for a wife." Jonathan looked awkwardly at the floor. Katie felt stung. Had Jonathan become so terribly entrenched in his world of loneliness that he didn't even see that chance of future happiness? "I've heard enough. I'm sorry, but we cannot allow Katie to live there with you." Her father stood up with a groan. "Now, I best get to work. There's a lot of things that need doing."